Hey guys, it's the next day of the BronyCon, and I met this amazing person here, a fan, who asked me to do my first autograph ever. As you can see, it's high quality writing. But yeah, I want to thank you so much for doing that. No problem. This is a great experience. Oh, you want a hug?
Oh, sure.
Hey, come here. Yay. All right. You have a nice day, okay? All right.
Did you see fun?
Oh no! What are you doing? No!
Did you say fun? Fun?
Send help!
Chimichurri. Hey, you know what this calls for?
What?
A party! Yay!
Squad service! We have the dangerous spy crab here. One of a kind. Exactly. I swear. Oh, is my video not on? What's your leave me?
Yeah.
Hi.
What?
If somebody comes and joins Lunch,
Okay.
Just a second ago, like behind us at one point, and I was just like, it's amazing.
Have you guys Saturday morning party?
No, I didn't. I couldn't because I already promised.
My brother recorded most of the video because he didn't charge the camera. And then like a few minutes delay, and then he was like, hey, I got a phone.
Protector.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just...
No, he protected me. Must be hitting. Must be hitting. Oh my god.
They're much more unsubtle than me.
The pony hunters.
We're hunting crocodiles as well. Hunting ponies.
We're hunting crocodiles.
Be very quiet. We're hunting ponies.
I'm being very quiet.
Are you sure about that?
Quiet, they don't notice.
Can you record for me too? Because I gotta talk to
Can you hold this quick? Oh, no, I have it.
all the holding, yeah.
No. Oh no, how's this gonna go?
Well, the thing is that I've been moving around a lot.
This is very weird.
My dad has Big Mac Daddy.
Oh, that's perfect.
Gotta be very sneaky.
We got this.
You got it together.
We're all together. I wonder if you guys. This is so intense. I'm sweating a lot.
Are you really that guy just doing the one where he's signing on the button?
Sure. Picture time. All right, so let's find someone and then you can come in front. So random.
Oh, they're taking a picture.
Oh, we should probably
Yeah. Just gotta stay away.
Yes, of course.
Your cover
God.
has been blown. You gotta escape.
It's clearing up right now. As you can see, Magpie's right there. The lost narrator, right over there taking a picture. I don't know where Scribble is at, but... Oh, we're about to go. Imitator is the pony whisperer. Mommy? No, you. What's the plan?
We're arguing about Canterlot.
Why must I come every
Do you want to meet her? Do you not? I cannot understand what they say. I know there's people. But I'm saying... I have to ask a couple questions.
Yes.
Do you know who these people are?
Yes, I do. I know who these people are.
And you say you work for them.
I do.
What do you have to say about these two?
Thank you. You having a good time at the con?
Crack the code. They're humans. Human beings. For all this time, I thought they were horses. I gotta call the Illuminati. Hold on.
They're coverly clothed. Oh no, I was definitely very important. They're coverly clothed.
Right.
They're covered.
Here's my colleague. Hello. This is my friend, Fitch. Do you have anything to say for the documentary? Oh, where I was going?
Our job is done. We made it. Our job is done.
Compromise the mission. You're being tagged.
Why must you be tattooed?
It's part of the herd.
She's part of the herd.
Haha! Don't go do it! She got the best out of you. You want one too?
He's an animator. He's a good friend.
Yeah, voice actor, sort of, I guess. I don't know.
He animates for me, so cool
Yeah.
guy.
I'm her slave.
That's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate, sir. Sit down and think about what you just did. I said sit down. Oh, sit down. You're in trouble now.
Hi, sorry about our goofs.
Why are you going butt mess there? Jeez.
Alright. Sneaky details. Sneaky details, I'll be there. I will be there.
Amazing.
Are they gonna get caught tonight? Come on.
That is a beautiful dino.
Wait, hang on.
I'm so glad I forget some blood. It's also down.
Dude.
Alright.
You did it.
It has to lose one.
Yeah, like
Are you Pinkie Pie?
that's really close.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
I just don't know what we're wrong.
No, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it.
So I'm just the person with the rainbow hair escorting.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, Dippodons.
Hi. There's a lot of people.
This card is Celestia.
Oh, I gotcha.
Okay, Mr. Dino. You're beautiful.
Mr. Dino? No, you did it wrong.
Oh, I said
I said yay. I said yay. I was like,
The dinosaur always brings the fun.
I can't.
I can't say that if you were so freaking adorable, this song would be very nice. Imitator. She's the part for sleeping. Okay, I'm ready.
oh,
Summerjack.
Sleeping Jack.
Yeah, sleeping Jack.
Oh my gosh. Some people get surprised when my normal voice is.
I skip my chrysalis.
Konnichiwa.
happening? Ah, yeah.
Question bar? Oh, the shipping bar. Oh, you just left some holes. Oh, I thought she was running off. Oh, yeah.
The pinky is running away. Stop her. We can't let any of them run loose.
There's Ashley.
Oh, sure. That's a beautiful body tag. What a beautiful specimen for a Lord of Chaos. Or I should say a Lady of Chaos.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
No, Midnight, it's time.
Stop taking me!
I can't. Ah, dinosaur! Na 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 na. Oh my goodness. That's glorious.
And there's Celestia right there. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Celestia's gonna love this. Huh? Celestia, she's a big Celestia core shipper.
That is Celestia.
And Discord.
We're drafting trailers. Sky wants to know we're drafting
that is Celestia.
Oh wait, that is her.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't realize. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna bite me. Don't bite me! I haven't gotten tested for rabies. I haven't got my shots this year. Please don't bite me.
I thought we were finding the white rabbit, not the black rabbit.
Hey, careful. It's literally based on movement. Racist. Don't move.
Why am I stuck here for?
What is happening?
I have no idea. A lot of delicious chaos is happening.
Oh, did somebody?
Oh yes.
Did somebody say chaos? I love a little chaos in my life.
I'm gonna go find some more.
That's so creepy.
Don't ask me how.
Jingle bombs, my new you see. Where are all the virgins that been sad and promised me? Oh, jingle bombs, I think I got screwed.
Again, don't ask me how.
Get burned. It's like one race gets big baby.
I'm gonna give that chair.
Take the chair. Take the seat. This place is insane.
It certainly is.
I'm not ready for kids.
A silver.
I'm not ready.
I'm trying to tell people. What'd you do? You pour beer on it? It would have been a waste of a good beer.
Just shows what kind of fans the voice actors attract.
I'm trying to tell people. I don't want to get married.
Okay, Laurel, hold my place here.
Man, is that a Pikachu?
So much cute.
I'm at the ready, Jesse.
Stop filming me!
Was it fun meeting yourself?
Yes!
Very fluffy.
Oh, too fluffy!
Oh, too fluffy. I didn't know that was a thing.
She likes the front wall!
Oh.
Oh, hi!
And over there is a shadow. Oh, ponies on parade. The ponies on parade. I have officially seen everything.
But the question is, who are the two?
A marriage at the BronyCon. Never seen anything like it. Never thought I would see anything like it. Oh my god. It's Star Wolf.
Star Wolf of a ripoff.
Looks like he got like werewolf down to his neck, and then it was like,
What's the difference?
Like the rest of the curse just gave up.
What's the difference?
really?
I
Only up from head makeup?
I got the head. It's just more part.
Oh my god, he's not a werewolf.
I never saw that coming.
You lie.
Yep.
I go get
I've
Flare
shaken her
back.
hand like 15 times already.
Hey up. Hey up. Hey up.
I like the one who's still like makes him talk. That's
Hey up. I still. Mama apples. Apple.
Rosa.
I regret nothing about this trip.
I have slight concerns.
There's a Ghostbuster there.
The rock bone. That is beautiful.
Oh god, it has a weapon.
It's not afraid to use it.
That's beautiful.
How long is this parade? A while.
I think that's it. Twilight Zone.
Bro. Oh, yeah, okay, the plushies are gone. Wham! That's Waluigi. It is a Wilstonator. He instigates the wills.
Do you know the way?
That thing needs to go.
Do you know the way? Why are you running? Why are you running?
Creepy. What? You're being creepy.
Switch is the big project coming out on my channel, and people here get to see it a week before everybody else.
Yes, everything's gonna be just fine.
The newly crowned Princess Twilight Sparkle soared above the alabaster spires of Canterlot, her broad wings catching the wind as if she'd been born in the skies. Raucous cheers and stomped applause echoed up from below as she took an aerial victory lap around the lofty capital. All was well. The festivities lasted well into the night, with Twilight and her friends and family the center of every pony's delighted attention. Music and song filled the air, and many a glass was tipped in joyful toasting. With the departure of Princess Luna to attend to the raising of the moon, the guests of honor retired for the night in luxurious chambers in the royal palace. Several hours later, on the highest balcony of the palace, Princess Luna opened her eyes. She was standing with her legs firmly planted and her head turned toward the huge full moon she'd raised earlier. Her horn was blazing. Her ageless heart pounded and her immortal lungs fought for breath. Sweat shone on her dusky hide. Like her royal sister, Luna had no need to sleep, or eat, or drink, doing so merely as an affectation. In years past, she had survived for 10 centuries bound on the moon, with frustration and boredom far greater threats than starvation and thirst. But every night for the past week, she had focused her magic and sought to explore the nighttime imaginings of her sleeping subjects. She'd found herself asleep and gripped by a dream of her own instead. Luna spread her wings and took to the air, cutting through the sky like a blue-black arrow. Seconds later, she was standing at the edge of Princess Celestia's silken bed. The elder alicorn soon stirred and awoke.
Luna? What's wrong?
My sister.
Luna's voice slurred with the disorientation of one not quite fully awake.
We must speak, now.
Celestia was not wearing her enchanted regalia, and without the relics, she was closer to Luna's size and a touch less awesome in demeanor, but no less lovely. She raised her head, her lustrous mane shifting on her pale neck.
Luna, the dream again?
Celestia smiled warmly.
Everything is fine, sister. I promise.
Luna flapped her wings huffily.
Vision, sister. It is a vision, a warning. We must find her. We must bring her here. As long as she stands on equestrian soil, we shall prevail.
Celestia frowned, but her eyes carried no anger.
Sister, the legends about those creatures were ancient before Equestria was even founded. It has been countless generations since one was even rumored to have come to our world. What makes you think—
Please, Sully!
Luna surged forward until her face was inches from Celestia's.
There is no time to lose! We have to send some pony to find her!
Luna!
Celestia drew back in alarm, but then settled down and gave her sibling a silent, appraising look.
Sister, today was a wonderful day for us. For Equestria. There wasn't the slightest hint of any trouble. What aren't you telling me?
Luna looked away. She bit her lip.
There are secrets in the dark that the light never touches, Celestia. I see things you don't.
She folded her wings and hung her head.
I need you to trust me on this, please.
Celestia watched the gentle flowing of her sister's translucent, star-speckled mane for a long moment before moving closer to nuzzle her neck.
I do trust you, Luna. I do. If you're so sure it's important, we can talk about deciding on some pony to go and find this creature and bring her back.
Thank you, sister.
Luna nuzzled Celestia back, but her eyes were troubled and distant. The volcano was wreathed in acrid ashen smoke, filtering the early morning light and casting all colors in muted shades of gray. The only brightness came from the orange glow of the magma in the crater's core. On the volcano's rim, a dark figure stood, staring down at the molten rock. The elderly ram's emaciated frame was ill-suited even to the task of supporting the black-hooded cloak that covered it. Only his curling blue-black horns were visible. He didn't turn around when a teal Pegasus alighted a few paces behind him. The mare carried a full pair of saddlebags on her haunches.
You took longer than I expected you to, lightning dust.
The ram's wheezy voice was dry as tinder.
I was beginning to think you wouldn't come back.
I work better when the folks who hire me keep me in the loop. Maybe I would have got back quicker if you'd mentioned the dragons.
The Pegasus snorted disdainfully and flipped her short orange mane out of her eyes with a flick of her head. The action revealed a fresh claw mark on the side of her face. The ram let out a desiccated chuckle.
You said you were the fastest pony there is. I assumed you'd outpace them without any trouble.
His voice dropped in tone.
It's the nectar you needed to focus on. Did you fetch it?
Yeah, I got your plant goo.
She rummaged in her bags and retrieved a small clay jug.
It wasn't as tough as you said it would be. I guess those young dragons like dipping gems in this stuff to polish them. They pretty much cut it to pieces by the time I showed up.
The ram tensed, an irritated growl making the edge of his hood ripple.
Those simpletons!
His voice took on a fierce, throaty edge.
That was the first full-grown specimen in 200 years. They could have...
The ram caught himself, and then took a moment to calm down.
No matter. With this, I can begin.
The folds of the ram's coiled horns glowed with a starkly colorless inner light, and a similar aura surrounded the clay jug. It floated over to hang in midair next to the ram as he trotted up to a small black iron cauldron which sat on the edge of the crater. With a further glow, a dollop of black mud lifted out of the cauldron.
Muck from a battlefield's blood-soaked soil.
The ram intoned, and then tossed the filth into the magma below.
Hey, aren't you forgetting something?
The ram ignored the pony, magicking up and unstoppering the clay jug.
Nectar of a full-grown lashing flume.
The thick golden syrup spilled into the crater. Lightning Dust took a step forward.
You said you'd pay me!
Again, the ram's only reply was to continue feeding the volcano.
Fungus fed of a black rock oil.
Lightning Dust scowled.
Can you hear me?
A tainted sea's unwholesome spume.
Stop ignoring me, you old goat!
She stomped over to within a pace of the hooded ram and snagged his robe in her teeth. She jerked backward, uncovering her erstwhile employer. She gasped. The thing before her was bare to its blackened bones. Its fleshless jaws were lined with hooked fangs, and its empty sockets glowed with baleful red pinpoints in place of eyes. A tarnished silver bell hung around its neck bones.
A scrap of pickled hydra skin.
The skeletal horror turned to face her at last.
And blood from a traitor to her king.
A silver-bladed sickle floated up out of the cauldron. Lightning Dust backed away. Her ears drooped.
What are you talking about? Me? You mean me? No way! I'm no traitor!
She turned and spread her wings.
Ah!
With a flare from the undead ram's horns, Dust found herself hanging in the air, as still as a stone.
This is a kid's
Her saddlebag slipped off her haunches and dropped to the barren ground.
Oh, but you are. By helping me, you damned your entire world.
His magic swung the helpless Pegasus around, dangling her over the molten pit. The hovering sickle lashed out and made a thin slash across her right cutie mark. Dust cried out, galloping in midair and struggling against the monster's magical grip. Blood ran down her leg, and a few drops fell down into the darkening magma.
Ah, but you were right. I did promise you a reward, didn't I? Very well then. Have your life. If you can keep it.
The aura surrounding the Pegasus vanished. Dust struggled to right herself and catch an updraft as she tumbled down toward the bubbling surface. The heat singed her hide, but she gathered some precious lift. All around her, the magma began to bubble and seethe, a purple-black corruption spreading through the orange ooze like venom in a wound. The magma's level began to rise, and columns of darkened sludge surged upward like the tentacles of some vast undersea beast. Dust squinted against the eye-stinging smoke and trusted her wind sense alone to help her dodge the rising obstacles. She streaked out of the crater, a tail length ahead of a rising flood of boiling slime, a jagged lightning contrail marking her path. Behind her, the ram's hollow, cackling laughter echoed, followed by his mocking cry.
Yes, flee, run, it will do you no good.
Party balls of what?
Skate bug!
We do need to go, but thank you very much for coming.